You know, we love to think we're living in completely unprecedented times. But what if I told you that under the surface of our modern lives, we're all just playing a part in a story that's been repeating itself for thousands of years? Today, we're going to dig into this powerful idea, human constancy.
So this quote, it's from the book of Ecclesiastes, and it's exactly how Ernest Hemingway chose to kick off his novel, The Sun Also Rises. Now, his editor said this one single line contained all the wisdom of the ancient world. That's a pretty bold claim, right?
So what is this timeless wisdom, really? And maybe more importantly, what could some idea from thousands of years ago possibly have to do with your life, right here, right now? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so the answer starts with a really simple but kind of profound idea. While our world is constantly transforming, new tech, new politics, new cultures, the human being at the very center of it all stays remarkably, and maybe even a little stubbornly, the same.
Just think about it for a second. If you look past all the changing headlines, past all the dates in the history books, what are you really left with? Just people. People living and dying, loving and fighting, crying and laughing. They're experiencing the exact same core joys and sorrows that we do today. This is the constant, that unbreakable thread that runs through the entire human story.
And this idea, it's not new at all. In fact, one of the most powerful men in history was pretty much obsessed with it. So let's jump back nearly 2,000 years into the private thoughts of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
In his personal journals, Aurelius would often look back at the generations that came before him, to the time of emperors like Vespasian and Trajan. And what he saw was, well, it was kind of startling. The exact same human drama, just playing out over and over again on a loop.
Just look at this list he made of what people were up to back then. Marrying, raising kids, getting sick, celebrating, falling in love, chasing money, lusting after power. I mean, does any of this sound even remotely unfamiliar? It's practically a to-do list for life in the 21st century.
And this is where it really hits home. The scenery changes, sure, but the motivations are identical. Scheming for a position in the Roman court? Today, we just call that office politics. Lusting after a political office back then? Now we call it vying for a promotion. The technology changes, the job titles change, but our deep down desires, they stay exactly the same.
So, if this has always been true, why do we have such a hard time seeing it? Well, it's because this ancient wisdom flies directly in the face of a very modern myth, the idea that we are somehow special and that our time is completely and totally unique.
I mean, we hear it all the time, don't we? In breathless news reports, in books about the future. This idea that we, right now, are standing at the absolute apex of humanity, that all of history was just a warm-up act for us.
It's such a powerful belief, right? This feeling that our challenges are brand new, our technology is world-altering, and that the old rules just don't apply anymore. And why? Because we keep telling ourselves that this time, it's different.
And here it is. Here's the great irony. That feeling, that deep-seated belief that this time is different, is one of the most common, predictable, and unchanging beliefs people have had throughout all of history. It turns out every single generation thinks they're the special ones.
Okay, so what does this all mean for you? If we're not so special after all, how should that change how we see things? It's really all about finding your own place in this massive, repeating human story.
It's a humbling thought, for sure, but it's also incredibly powerful. You are one single vital link in an enormous chain. The same hopes, the same fears, the same drives that fueled generations before you are alive and kicking inside you right now. Your life is a brief, beautiful stopover. And long after you're gone, people who are fundamentally just like you will be here to carry that story forward.
And this brings us full circle, right back to that ancient wisdom from the very beginning. The stage, the earth, it stays forever. The sun rises, the sun sets. But the actors, well, that's us. We just come and go, each of us playing our part in this timeless human drama.
And so, this ancient wisdom leaves us with one final and really vital question. Knowing that you are a part of this long, unbroken story, not separate from it, but deeply connected to it, how might that change the way you look at your own life, your own struggles, your ambitions? What are you going to do with your time on stage?